Hello everyone, this is Rahul from Opus. Here we're going to solve this question which states design a memento for the health workers who fought in the pandemic. So we will going to take inspiration from the costume that the most health workers used to wear, and that is the PPT kit, and take inspiration from that and try to design a memento which can be presented as a trophy or an award to the high performers. So suppose I create a shape like this, and then another shape like this one, and then a shape on this line. Okay, now to add to that, we can add a base so that it looks like a trophy in itself. Okay, now as we know that the PPT kits had lots of like strings to attach to the face, and the masks, suppose if we take inspiration from the shape of the mask, there were certain strings attached to corners. So taking inspiration from those shapes, we can add certain elements which bring out the mood and feel of that particular objects in notion. So after this we can, so these mementos are mostly sometimes an abstract concept. You don't have to be always have to be very realistic in depicting. It is just recognizing the effort of a certain person for a certain context. So we will take inspiration from the colors of the PPT kits and try to color this one. And so suppose for the top portion, if I use this blue color, and color it entirely so that the entire shape comes out, and then fine tuning the edges, making the edges very look sharp. And for this one, we can use a lighter color for this element, which being taken inspiration from the bands that wraps around the face so that the PPT mask holds tight. For this part which is holding the structure, we can use a darker color so that all the elements of this award comes out separately. Okay, and then for this one, which is the portion which is inspired from the mask, we can use a lighter or little more lighter color like this, and then make the strings somewhat more interesting. After you have the structure, we can erase the extra lines to make it neat and clean, look very neat and clean. so that as a whole it resembles a trophy which is inspired from the PPT kits, the color theme, and also sometimes to some extent the structural unit of the theme itself. So suppose if we further enhance the edges and make the structure a little more interesting with certain effects, and for this one the lower structure we can give certain shining effects like we see in the shape of the mask. Okay, so these mementos can be a very abstract concept which is inspired from certain themes. That's how most mementos are constructed. It may not be a direct representation of anything uh, tangible. Okay, so this way you can create some mementos which looks interesting and also different, but also at the same time uh, usable. So after this you can add a certain amount of decorative element which can enhance the look and feel of the memento, and then at the base, for the base we can use that same color on where the structure is lying. And suppose if I use the lighter tone here, and with this if we have to write suppose a slogan like this: COVID warriors. So you give a name to the award itself. Now you see, as a whole, we have a memento which looks like inspired from this PPT kits and the mask, but also looks very distinct and not directly identifiable with any known object. So thus it there lies its uniqueness, and thus can also be used as an award to inspire a person. And here you can add certain graphics which makes the receiver feel good about. So that is a good way of also keeping the decoration minimum, and also at the same time an interesting concept, because awards are meant to evoke an emotion into a certain person, to the receiver, in the receiver. So that's why taking inspiration from the memento ppt's ppt dress theme, and designing a memento. So thus you see, we have a memento ready here, which can serve as a award for the COVID warriors. So I hope this lesson helps you a lot, and in constructing and sketching other mementos for other themes also, and also you get an idea about how you create mementos like this for various purposes. Thank you.